clarify a few things about what you said about the emergency funding bill that I co-sponsored. We had asked for $160 million for 4 of the universities, and you said that this bill is better for those universities because it would fund 170-some thousand in MAP grants. I want to clarify that. To those 4 universities, they would receive $34 million of that. So our bill for $160 million to those 4 universities that are at critical stage right now, your MAP grant bill would only give them 34 if actually had a funding mechanism. So I got a feeling if I got on the phone now to those 4 presidents and I said, would you rather have 160 million or 34 million, Kelly? I got a feeling they're going to tell me, Mr. Phillips, I think 160 million is a lot better than 34 million. The other thing you need to understand, I represent Eastern University. I had the Illinois State Scholarship, and that's how I went to Lakeland College. And I'm proud that, I was able to go to school, and I love MAP grants. I mean, they've changed it from that. I think we need to actually fund more MAP grants, and we need to have better oversight of our money going to MAP grants. So I would work with you on that in the future. But right now, my university is at that critical stage. And by giving them $8 million, they're going to keep their lights on for another 30 days. It's not going to be enough to keep the good college professors I have at Eastern Illinois University, and I have some of the best in our state. They're going to be leaving Eastern Illinois University because we have this divide, and we're more interested in politicalizing it and getting reelected. And I, for one, am not really interested in that. And I'm staying very calm about this because I have professors leaving. I have like 25 letters now that I've received from Chicago, Downers Grove, Bloomington, all over the state. Parents and students have sent me letters saying, Representative, we just wanted you to know, in a nice way, we had picked Eastern Illinois University as our preferred college. We loved the town. We loved a lot of things about it. We loved the school, the classes. The problem is we're afraid Eastern Illinois University is at critical point and they wouldn't be able to finish their 4-year education there. So guess what? And I have the letters to prove it. They are not even going to pick an Illinois college. I think this is the serious point. I understand what you're trying to do. I respect that. But the problem is, if you could bring higher education to the top of that level, and we put this together, instead of us going home the rest of this month, let's stay here in Springfield, let's finish this, and let's save Illinois, save our high school students, because we're not losing just 15,000 now. The outflow migration after this is going to be so severe, we're not going to know the full effect for about 12 more months. And in 12 months, it's going to be at critical mass. There's not going to be professors to teach. Students aren't coming in. And we have screwed ourselves all for the sake of maybe you get elected, I don't get elected, he gets elected. For God's sakes, we've got to put that past us. I'll do anything you want. We need to work together to get this done. I hate to see my people leave. I hate to see us at this position.
So, Representative, I don't want to pick apart your bill, but all I can tell you is I'm reading your bill. It appropriates
critical stage right at this point.
I think all of them would say they're in critical stage right now.
Well,
and let me just kind of.
But I'll be happy to. We can work on that bill and get those 4 figured out so that we could. Because you as well I know. Chicago State's first, Eastern Illinois University, Northeastern Illinois University, and Western Illinois University. They're the ones that don't have the tremendous reserve funds like our other universities. So I know the overall picture needs to be taken care of. We don't need to piecemeal this. I don't like it piecemealing it, but right now I would rather not shoot these 4 universities in the foot over the sake of us attempting to get an overall bill together, and it takes us to August, September, October, and Chicago State closes, and that is crazy that we do that, Kelly. So we need to make this bubble to the top and get this finished. And I'm willing to say, what does it take to get these higher educations taken care of? It is critical for the it's an economic engine for the state of Illinois. It's an economic engine for a lot of towns in our state. And it's very, very important that we get together.
So you're preaching to the choir? with me. But what I will tell you is that if we're able to override this, this veto, get the money flowing, we can then start talking about the solution for the 4 years. You have my commitment that this is not the end of the discussion on funding higher education.
Not to be disrespectful, but since I graduated from Eastern University in 1975, okay, I have been creating jobs, creating businesses. And in that, you have to, come Friday, you got to meet your payroll, your bank, you got all these bills you got to do. And you got to, in order to stay in business, you got to forecast, you got to look ahead. And so I'm sitting there thinking about Eastern University, and I'm thinking about, they got $8 million a month in payroll, and you're going to give them $8 million in MAP grants. So I'm thinking from a business standpoint, I got all these people in mind. I got like 500 employees. And if I tell them, I say, I got enough funding to get us through the next month. However, after that, geez, I don't know what we're going to do. But we'll keep cutting and cutting and cutting until the legislature gets together and works it out. I'm getting excited, so I'm going to finally finish it there. But you get what I'm saying. It's insanity to do this. If it was the right thing to do, Kelly, because you know I would jump on it because I don't care about getting reelected, but doing the right thing for my district. Thank you very much.
Mr. Welch.